And we're back. It's me again, if you couldn't tell. And it is time for some more responsive web design on FreeCodeCamp. Because last time we finished up the CSS Flexbox photo gallery tutorial. And today we're moving on to the significantly longer Learn Typography by Building a Nutrition Label section. I'm trying to blitz through as much of the CSS part as I can, just because a lot of it is stuff I know already, and therefore I want to get through it so I can get to the JavaScript and JavaScript frameworks where there's actually the potential that I will be learning things alongside you, because those are the ones I don't know quite so well. It's still gonna take a while though. So, apologies if this ends up being kind of boring as a result. In any case, let's get started. Yeah, just one of those standard nutrition labels like you're gonna see on food that you buy at the grocery. That's all we're building. And we get some boilerplate like normal. And I will add our H1 tag here. Like so. The music, by the way, if you're wondering, that's from some copyright-free music playlist for coding music that I found on YouTube. Hopefully it's actually copyright-free, because it would be rather unfortunate if that were not the case. But I wanted to have some decent music I could play while I was doing this, because this might just be me, but I really cannot do coding if I don't have some music to jam to while I'm doing it. The music helps me focus, simple as that. Music helps me focus. And this one, the name of the playlist said it was copyright free, so I'm hoping it actually is. You know, maybe in about 6 years or something, I'll manage to get this channel monetized. No big deal if I don't. It's just a fun thing to do. Anyway, but yes, so I want to not use the stuff that's going to get me copy claimed. If I can help it, because of stuff like that. Okay. Time to go inside the head element now. Add a link to our style sheet. Or not to our style sheet, but to some Google Fonts crap. And I did not mean to actually open that. I accidentally clicked open link rather than copy. Well done, me. Copy this and change what we're linking to for the style sheet. It's much faster that way. There we go. Create a body selector and give it font family set to Open Sans and a fallback of sans serif. As you can see, I can just speed through this stuff because There's not really anything to stop and explain at this point, which helps us go faster. Let's see, on to this one. Wrap some elements in a div with the class of label. Basically everything we have so far. There we go. Label class. Border. 2 pixels, solid black. Standard border, just a little bigger than and my default of 1 pixel. Need to make some better use of white space though, allegedly. So give it a width, and oh dear lord, we are back to doing pixels again. The unforgivable abomination that is setting the precise pixel size. Now it can have a margin and a padding, like so. So if you inspect your label element with the developer tools, you notice it's actually 288 pixels wide instead of 270. Because by default it includes the border and padding when determining an element's size. All of this create a essentially universal selector and give it a box sizing a border box, which when I remember to do this, that's a default for me, although I often forget the settings that I want to be doing for that. So sometimes I just don't do it as a result. Should just look it up instead, to be fair. Okay. Bold our title. And text align, center it. Yes. What is a title if it's not centered after all? Is it really a title? Questions for later. To quote Dragon Ball Z Abridged, Cell. Selector, margin 0. There we go. Separate shut with lines, so we get a div element below the H1. Get a class of divider. It's apparently using the horizontal rule here wouldn't work, or that's just not what they're going for some reason. I don't know. Divider. Border bottom. 1 pixel solid. That. There we go. Okay. Add a little letter spacing to adjust the space between characters. Letter spacing is one of those things that it's going to be incredibly small. I don't think I've ever brought my letter spacing up in size to even 1 pixel. Seriously, it's that tiny, because you seem to get an impact out of the smallest amount, really. Now we want to draw attention by using lots of bold text, so our second paragraph element will get the class bold. Which has 0 styling at the moment. It's time to fix that. With a font weight of 800. Though we could just remove the font weight, the H1, and do H1 comma bold for that, just to save space. And I was thinking ahead, because that is what they want us to do. Except we don't need to do a comma. Because we're adding the class in this next step. There we go. Horizontal spacing between equally important elements can increase the readability. So wrap the 2/3 of a cup thing down here in a span. So easy way to play with text within an element rather than having to do something overly convoluted with JavaScript to select the text starting after a certain character with a loop or some nonsense like that, which is just too much complexity for something so simple. Just add a span around the stuff you need to select. Easy as. Now, some horizontal spacing here. Display, flex, justify content. Space between. The old standby for using Flexbox here. Something I do a lot. Later. Now wrap everything within the label element and a new header element. Like so. Nice and easy. Little tweak now so it stays selected. And we create a div with the class with 2 classes actually. By using spaces, divider and large. There we go. And create the large selector. Set the height to 10 pixels. And selectors for large and medium. Background color. Black. There we go. Small border at the bottom, blah blah blah. To reset this, give ourselves a border down here, but just set it to 0 to get rid of the border immediately. Another div, calories info. No. Div within a div. It's better not be going into div soup territory or we are going to have some difficulty. Left container. Class, bold, small text. Text, we'll copy that. There we goes. And REM, what we're going on to next, stands for root EM. Yet another way to set the font size without using pixels. Very nice one too. Set that selector and change the font size to 0.85 rem. Roughly 13.6 pixels in this case. With our current settings, apparently. I don't exactly stop to calculate that stuff. I calculate if I like how it looks and if the looks fit the current setup or not. That's basically it. Now we can create this selector and get rid of the margins. There we go. So below our small text H2 element, we need a new paragraph. With calories. Text. No need to give it any class, apparently. Down here, below that element. Do that. Calories info selector. We add display flex, justify content space between, and align items flex end for once and not just center. Nice. A few differences. Because of how we need it split up, I guess. Now we create a left container paragraph selector and set the margins like so. -5 pixels for the top and bottom and -2 pixels for the left and right. And I misspelled margin. Nice. Also put the pixel abbreviation in there twice. So set the font size to 2EM and font weight to 700. There we go. Or not. Misspelled counter. My keyboard's being a little whacked right now for some reason. That's weird. I should just copy this every time. It gives me the opportunity. It's faster, for one thing. And I don't have to deal with that nonsense. There we go. Typography is often more art than science. You have to tweak things like alignment till it looks correct. Like I was talking about with my CSS, I just pick a starting number and then play with it until I like the looks. That's basically the start and end of my CSS strat. Add a margin down here, set to -7 pixels, -2 pixels, so that shifts into place. Now, div with a class set to divider medium. That's what we want down here. There we go. The medium selector, pronto-like here, to add a height property. And the fact that we're still telling the CSS what the height should be, that just makes me cringe internally. Get a new div down here. This class. A paragraph element. Bold right. That. And close out the div. Wow. Need to write a line. That text with justify content. Let's say justify content space between. I don't know why it didn't work out for the flex end thing. I'm an idiot, I guess. Let's see here. Existing dot divider. I want an example to add a new divider after the paragraph element. There we go. That was easy. And after my last divider element, create a paragraph. Give it this text.